What's up, everyone? Welcome to This Day in Philly Sports History for May 26, 2025. I'm your host, Jim Montgomery. Welcome to a Monday edition of the podcast, Memorial Day edition. Happy Memorial Day to everyone out there. I do want to take a minute and just say thank you. If you have any friends, family members, people who are close to you that did give the ultimate sacrifice for us, so we're all able to have the day off and have some fun in the sun today, thank you for their service, thoughts and prayers with you. But thank you to everyone who gave their life so we're able to do this. Truly, truly appreciate it. And as you go through and do your barbecues, go to the pool, if you're still down the shore, whatever, just kind of take a minute to reflect and just be grateful and thankful for those who did give their lives so we're able to do all this. So thank you. All right, well, the streak is over. Phillies lost yesterday 5-4 to the A's, a game they really could have won. Jesus Luzardo had a rocky first inning, but then settled down, went 7, had 10 strikeouts. Strom was just not good, gave up 2 runs that proved to be the difference. But the Phillies did fight back in this game. They were down 3-0, chipped away, had the lead, and then weren't able to hold on. But again, you'll have this. It's baseball. It's hard to win 10 games in a row. It was a good 10-game stretch, good road trip. Back home today as they get a much-needed day off before opening up the series against the Braves this week. Huge series from just a mindset perspective. We'll have more on this tomorrow. But just knowing that everybody's talking about, oh, well, you haven't played any good teams. You're beating up on these teams. I think it's a good test for the Phils. The rotation seems to be set up the way it needs to be as well. It's Ranger, Zach Wheeler, and then Christopher Sanchez. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to actually having games on at a reasonable time, too, to be able to watch and really pay attention. So the streak is over. Phils lose to the A's 5-4. We will recap yesterday's question of the day. I asked you, how should we feel about this 9-game streak that they were on that ended yesterday? 50% of you said great. Another 44% of you said cautiously optimistic. So 94% positive feelings about the Phillies. Lots of folks saying, hopefully this is a sign of things to come. They're beating up on teams they should beat up on, which is good. Some people were like, I don't know. Hopefully they're not peaking too early. But thank you, as always, for participating in the question of the day. We will have another one here later in the show. And then the answer to yesterday's trivia question was 6 position players since 1961 have gotten wins or been credited with a win from going in and pitching. So it's very, very rare that we see. It's, I guess, with the way bullpens and everything are constructed now, it's more common to see position players, but it's very, very rare that they factor into the decision. So the answer to yesterday's question was 6. All right, some quick housekeeping. I mentioned about the position players pitching, and I said about the DH around that time. The DH was actually instituted in the American League in 1973. So it was a couple years off on that. But again, always like to make sure I'm giving you the accurate information. Be sure to follow me on social media, Jimbo_Mont on Twitter and TikTok. On Instagram, @PhillyJimbo. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Jimbo_Mont, and continue to spread the word as we grow this thing. If you're looking for highlights or clips or photos, go to my social media, including my Facebook and LinkedIn for that. Check out our new friends over at Lotwin.com. Get your 3D custom-made hype chains. Great organization over there. Give them what you need. They'll work with you, and you can have your own custom 3D hype chain. It's great for kids' sports, bachelor parties, fantasy football, whatever you can think of. These things are fun. They're awesome. So go to Lotwin.com. Use the promo code CCCPOD to take 10% off your order. Lotwin.com. Promo code CCCPOD for 10% off of your order. But get your custom hype chains. These things are awesome. All right, today's question of the day. Have a little bit of fun here on Memorial Day. You go to a barbecue. What's your go-to? Hamburger or hot dog? Probably, most likely, I'm going to go one of each. But if I had to choose one, I would go burger. 267-495-8531. That is the Back to the Future voice and text line. Tell me your favorite go-to barbecue food, get some stuff about Philly sports off your chest as well. And check out the Discord channel, which is live. First this link in the description is the invitation. Come over, talk some Philly sports, and let's have some fun here on a Memorial Day. But what's your go-to, burgers or dogs? 267-495-8531. All right, May 26th was a busy day in Philly sports history. Lots of Sixers, but we'll start here with the Phillies. And in 1990, the Phillies lose to the Braves 12-3 on the day that they retired Mike Schmidt's number 20. He received all kinds of gifts and praise. Him and his family got a trip around the world from the Phillies, a gold and diamond pin with his number on it. The Braves even got into it, giving him a 5-year supply of golf balls. Everybody knows Mike likes his golf. And it got me thinking, 5 years worth of golf balls, that's a lot of golf balls for me, knowing the way that I tend to lose them. But on this day in 1990, the Phillies retired Mike Schmidt's number 20 in a ceremony. All right, for the Sixers, though, they've played 5 times on this day with a 3-2 all-time record. First, we'll go back to 1977, and they looked poised after this day in 1977 to win their second NBA championship. They beat the Portland Trailblazers 107-89 at the Spectrum to go up 2-0. Doug Collins had 27, Dr. J had 20, and then George McGinnis had 12 and 11. But the big story in this game was a fight that broke out between Darryl Dawkins and Maurice Lucas. Darryl Dawkins actually swung and hit Doug Collins, his teammate, cut him open. And ultimately, this changed the whole complexion of this series as they go back to Portland. The Blazers were led by Bill Walton, and the Blazers actually won 4 straight. So that fight actually turned the complexion of this entire series as the Sixers were denied their chance to win the NBA championship. Fast forward a couple years, though, they would get the championship in 1983. On this day, though, they continued to roll 103-93 over the Lakers to take a 2-0 lead in the NBA final. Moses Malone delivered on his faux promise, dropping 24, grabbing 12 boards. Andrew Toney and Mo Cheeks had 19 each, and we all know they would go to LA and close out that series to win it in 4 with the sweep. But on this day, they took a 2-0 lead in 1983. Now we're going to have to come all the way to the year 2001, and the Sixers lost their second straight game to the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Final. They actually went down 2-1 in this series. A lot of people forget that things were tense in this series. They played this game without Allen Iverson, who had a bruised tailbone. Iverson didn't even leave the hotel room. I was reading in the paper doing the research for this because he was afraid that once he got to the arena, he would want to play. And he knew he needed to sit out to rest that tailbone to be ready for the final 4 games of this series, which he would lead the Sixers to 3 wins in those next 4 games. But the Sixers, a little bit of a tense spot during that 2000-2001 run on this day as they go down 2-1 to the Milwaukee Bucks, playing without star guard and MVP Allen Iverson. 2012, Sixers' dream season was over. That magical run when they knocked out the number 1 seed at Chicago Bulls ended on this day as they lose Game 7 of the second round of the playoffs, 85-75 to the Celtics. They got lucky that Joakim Noah was hurt, and then Derrick Rose tore his ACL in Game 1. So the Sixers, to their credit, did take advantage of it, pushed the Celtics to 7 games before finally losing on this day in Game 7, 85-75, ending the dream magical run. And then more recent, 2021, Sixers beat the Wizards 120-95 to go up 2-0 in their first round playoff series. Ben Simmons, 22 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Joe dropped 22 as they would go on to win this series 4-1. This was the year they played Atlanta, and Ben Simmons from this game on slowly started to disappear, specifically in that Atlanta series. It was the high point of Ben Simmons' playoff run that year and the beginning of the end of the Ben Simmons experiment in Philly. This game also was the game where Russell Westbrook sprained his ankle and had to leave the game, and the fan dumped popcorn on top of him. And yes, we shouldn't do that. Fans behaving badly. But it seems like Russell Westbrook always gets into it with fans. So sometimes guys tend to attract that. Not condoning dumping popcorn on people. But all of this happened on this day in 2021. So a 3-2 day for the Sixers on May 26 all time. Some good highs, some bad lows. But hey, that's the life of a Sixers fan, I guess. And then finally today, our Philly Sports Summertime Playlist Song of the Day is Party Up by DMX, released in 2000, peaked at number 27 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 40 on the Top 100. And this is an Eagles game day staple at the Link. I remember back when LaShawn McCoy was scoring touchdowns, this was what they would play sort of after he would do his dance and before Fly Eagles Fly. They played it at the parade this year, but DMX is always a staple at the Link. And that's why Party Up is our song of the day for our playlist. And the bonus song, we're going to go with T.I., Bring 'Em Out. This is another one that is a staple at the Link on game day. The Jay-Z sample at the beginning of that song, the Bring 'Em Out, Bring 'Em Out. Great bonus song. So going a little hip-hop today for our playlist. And some good news with the playlist. I told you I'm creating Spotify. Also dually creating one on Apple Music. So depending on which platform you use, you will have access to this later this week when we complete it. But Party Up by DMX, and our bonus is T.I., Bring 'Em Out. Two big staples at the Link will be available for our summertime playlist. Kind of getting a nice little mix here. I'm excited to listen to this summer. And then our trivia question. Since today was such a big day in Sixers playoff history, who are the top 5 career points per game leaders in Sixers playoff history? The top 5 there. Some you might know, some not so much. Hit me up on the Discord channel to go to the trivia channel on Discord. Try to guess the top 5 scorers in Sixers playoff history as far as points per game. Busy day in Sixers playoff history. They win Game 2 of the 1977 NBA Finals, but a huge fight changed the whole complexion of the series as they would lose the next 4, go up 2-0 en route to their sweep of the Lakers in 1983, lose Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final to the Bucks in 2001, playing without Allen Iverson, losing Game 7 in 2012 to the Celtics, and of course beating the Wizards in 2021. The highlight point of that playoff run for Ben Simmons, going 22, 9, and 8, and then just sort of disappeared after that. Also, Russell Westbrook got a popcorn shower from a Sixers fan. We'll have more on the Phillies-Braves big series this week. We will, of course, recap yesterday's question of the day. I'll give you the answer to the trivia. But go enjoy your Memorial Day. Go out. Be safe. Again, I've been saying it all weekend. Don't do anything stupid. Be smart. Enjoy yourselves, and thank you for everyone out there who has family members or friends who did give the ultimate sacrifice so we're able to go out and enjoy our barbecues and fun in the sun today. This has been This Day in Philly Sports History for May 26, 2025. My name's Jim Montgomery. Go have yourselves a Monday, and until next time, I'll see you when I see you.